Do you ever feel like you're just stumbling around in the dark? Like you're stuck in this heavy, suffocating place, and you don't know how to find your way out? So many of us walk around feeling this deep sense of powerlessness, like we're just getting tossed around by whatever life throws our way. But what if I told you that the very things that make you feel weak, those dark, difficult moments, those can actually become the source of your greatest strength? That's what we're going to talk about today. We'll talk about overcoming self-doubt, about learning to trust yourself again, and about finding the courage to show up in the world even when it's terrifying. This isn't about pretending to be happy all the time. This is about radical acceptance, about embracing all of who we are, the light and the dark, and learning to turn our struggles into a source of profound strength and resilience. We live in a culture that's constantly telling us to buck up, to get over it, to just slap on a smile and pretend everything's okay. But you know what? That doesn't work. Because the truth is, when we numb the hard feelings, we numb everything. We numb the joy, the love, the gratitude. We become these walking shells of ourselves, afraid to really feel anything because, God forbid, we might actually feel pain. It's terrifying to let ourselves really feel our emotions, especially the painful ones. It can feel like we're going to drown in sadness, get swallowed whole by grief. But here's the thing. We can't selectively numb our emotions. We can't just choose to numb the pain and leave the good stuff untouched. So, what I want to offer you is this. Give yourself permission to feel it all. Let yourself grieve. Let yourself rage. Let yourself fall apart. Because here's the secret that no one tells you. On the other side of that breakdown, on the other side of that raw, messy vulnerability, that's where the good stuff is. That's where you find your strength. I know it might seem impossible right now, but one of the most powerful things you can do is to search for meaning in your pain. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, and I'm certainly not saying it happens overnight. This is a process, a journey of healing and self-discovery. But I can tell you from my own research and from witnessing the resilience of the human spirit time and time again, that finding meaning in our struggles can be transformative. It's about asking yourself those tough questions. What did I learn from this experience? How can I use my pain to help others? How can I turn this experience into something positive? For some people, meaning comes from honoring the memory of a loved one. Maybe by starting a foundation in their name or continuing their legacy of kindness. For others, it's about channeling their grief into creative expression, like writing, painting, or music. And for some, it's about using their experience to connect with and support others who are going through something similar. The important thing is that you allow yourself to explore, to be curious, and to be open to the possibility that even in the darkest of times, there can be light. Because the truth is, our struggles, they have a way of revealing our deepest values, our deepest passions. This one might seem obvious, but when we're grieving, when we're hurting, taking care of ourselves can be the last thing on our minds. We're running on fumes, fueled by coffee and adrenaline, just trying to make it through the day. But here's the thing. Healing. It takes energy. It takes showing up for yourself, even when it's the last thing you want to do. So, be gentle with yourself. Give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself permission to say no to things that drain you. And most importantly, give yourself permission to prioritize your well-being. This might look different for everyone. Maybe it's taking a long, hot bath at the end of a day. Maybe it's going for a walk in nature. Maybe it's curling up with a good book and a cup of tea. The point is, find what fills your cup, what brings you even a sliver of peace in the midst of the chaos, and make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Because the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't heal and grow and show up for others if you're running on empty. We weren't meant to go through life alone, especially not through the tough stuff. But so often, when we're hurting, we isolate ourselves. We retreat into our pain, convinced that no one else could possibly understand what we're going through. But the truth is, connection is essential to healing. We need people, we need support. We need to know that we're not alone. So, reach out, call a friend, talk to a family member, join a support group, see a therapist. There's no shame in asking for help. In fact, it takes a tremendous amount of courage to admit that you need support and to allow others to show up for you. And let me tell you, the people who love you, they want to be there for you. When we're grieving, when we're hurting, it can be easy to get stuck in a cycle of pain and despair. But one of the most powerful things we can do is to find healthy ways to channel our emotions into positive action. This could look like so many different things for different people. Some people find solace in creative expression. Maybe it's writing poetry, painting, playing music, or dancing. There's something incredibly therapeutic about taking our pain and transforming it into something beautiful and meaningful. Others find healing through acts of service. Maybe it's volunteering at a local charity, mentoring a young person, or simply lending a helping hand to someone in need. When we focus on helping others, it can shift our perspective and remind us that even in our pain, we have something valuable to offer the world. The important thing is to find what works for you. Resilience. It's a word we hear a lot these days, but what does it really mean? To me, resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about having the courage to get back up, to dust yourself off, and to keep moving forward, even when it's hard. And one of the most powerful ways to cultivate resilience is to practice gratitude. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Gratitude, in the midst of all this pain? How is that even possible? And I hear you, it's not always easy. But I truly believe that even in the darkest of times, there is always something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the simple things, a warm cup of coffee, a sunny day, the sound of your child's laughter, or maybe it's the people in your life, the friends who show up with food and hugs, the family members who listen without judgment, the strangers who offer a kind word or a smile. Gratitude doesn't erase the pain, it doesn't diminish the loss, but it does shift our perspective. Moving forward after loss, after heartbreak, it doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending that the pain never existed. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's about honoring the past, carrying the lessons we've learned with us, and using our experiences to shape a more meaningful future. It's about setting new goals, embracing new adventures, and allowing ourselves to experience joy again. It's about giving ourselves permission to laugh, to love, to dream, even when it feels scary or impossible. Because, here's the thing, our loved ones, they wouldn't want us to stay stuck in grief forever. They would want us to live full, vibrant lives, to chase our dreams, to love deeply, and to never ever give up on ourselves. So take your time, grieve in your own way, and when you're ready, take that first step forward. It might be small, but that's okay. Progress, it's not always linear. Grief, it changes us, it leaves its mark on our hearts, our souls. It has a way of cracking us open, of revealing the depth of our capacity for love and loss. But here's the thing, grief, it doesn't have to break us. In fact, it can make us stronger, wiser, more compassionate human beings. It's in those moments of profound vulnerability, in those moments when we allow ourselves to feel the full weight of our grief, that we discover our true strength. So if you're grieving, if you're hurting, please know that you are not alone. And more importantly, know that you are stronger than you think. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye.